Hi guys, this is module 5. In this module we're going to look at grouping sheets and then linking formulas through those sheets. We're also going to look at linking formulas through different workbooks and a quick look at the Paste Special feature to link formulas in Excel and into Word. But first of all, grouping sheets. I'm going to create some extra sheets down the bottom. I want 4 sheets. I'm going to name sheet 1 Jan, sheet 2 Feb, sheet 3 Mar, and sheet 4 total. Now I want the same information on January, February, March and slightly different on the total sheet, but I'm going to group all 4 sheets together to start off with, and then you can see how this works. So I've clicked onto January, I'm holding my shift key down and I'm clicking onto total. That process groups the sheets and you can see them change colour slightly there, and at the top of the screen where the file name is you should be able to see the word group. Now whatever I type on this first sheet is going to go through all of these sheets at the same time, so the layout on each sheet will be exactly the same. So let's start by typing week 1, pull that across to week 5 and then type total, and then income, expense and balance. Oops. Call this sales and marketing. Do a little bit of merge and center there. Highlight the table. Put borders on, all borders, and colour this section in the middle yellow, and then quick formula in cell B5, which is going to be equals B3 minus B4. Check the formula, click the tick, pull that across to week 5. In G3 I need the auto sum function, which doesn't pick anything up because there are no figures, but it doesn't matter. I tell it to look at B3 to F3, click the tick, pull it down, highlight the whole table, format it into pounds, and that's all I want to do. Now to ungroup the sheets I just need to simply click on one of them, and when I do that you'll see that every single thing is exactly the same on each sheet. Now on the total sheet we want to change this slightly, so I am going to just delete sales and marketing and knock the merge and center off for a minute. So instead of week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I want Jan, February, March. So I'm just going to get rid of those 2 columns, delete those off. So I now need to link these cells with Jan, Feb, March on each of these. So for January I want the total income, so I go equals, I click on January, I click on the total for income, Jan G3, click the tick, and there are no dollar signs on that so it's not locked, so I could just pull that down and Jan G4 would be expense. Now for February and March I need to do exactly the same. So February, type equals, click onto February, click onto the total, Feb G3, click the tick, pull it down, and then March equals March, total for March is G3, click the tick, pull it down. So that's my totals. Now I want a simple little chart on there. I'm not going to pick up the total column, so I'm going to insert, I'll have a 2D column chart. Let's move it into position underneath the table, format it black, give it my totals, just totals will do, and then I need to test this works. So to test it I'm going on to January for week 1, typing 10, spending 5, February I'm going to do the same, 10 and 5, March 10 and 5. and then when I click back to the total sheet, my graph should pick up. Now, because this is a sheet with loads of formulas on, I don't want anybody clicking onto any of these cells and deleting or by typing into the cells any of these formulas. So I'm going to protect this sheet, this total sheet. So to protect the sheet, I go across to the Format tab. So I'm on the Home tab, the Format option, and down the bottom, near the bottom, you've got Protect Sheet. So I'm just going to click on. It's asking for a password. I'll type my first name. I usually tick Format Columns to allow people to do format columns in case they get hashes. Click OK to that. It will ask you for your password again. Click OK, and then this is now protected. I can't type anywhere on this sheet. Now, on January, February and March, I want to password protect this area, but I would need to allow people to type in the yellow area. I don't want anybody over typing these formulas. So there's a two-step process to this. Highlight the area that you want people to type. Go across to the Format option again. We need to take this lock cell option off by just clicking it off. It doesn't do anything by doing that. It only works when you do protect sheet. So now when we do protect sheet, every cell on this sheet will be locked except those yellow ones. Protect sheet. This time I'm not going to do a password. I'm just going to click OK. But I should not be able to type anywhere on the white. But I should be able to type figures on the yellow, which I can. So then I need to repeat that process for February. Highlight the yellow area. Go to the Format option. Take the lock cells off. Go back to Format. Put Protect Sheet on. Not going to give it a password, but obviously in real life you would give that a password, otherwise people can just unlock it. Click OK to that. Should be able to type in the yellow. Should not be able to type on the formulas. And then same again for March. Highlight the yellow area. Format. Lock cells off. Format. Protect Sheet on. OK to that. Test it works. Can't type in the white. Can type in the yellow. And if I go back to the total sheet, whatever I've been typing is being picked up on the total sheet, and you can see it there. Now what I should do is, now this works, I should clear the data by clicking on January, holding my shift key down and group into March. That will allow me to do this, highlight all of the yellow areas and press delete. And then when I click on the total sheet, that's cleared everything off, and it's ungrouped the sheets as well. So now this would be ready to save as a template and then use for as many times as you want. So that's how you create a workbook that's got consistency of layout by using the group feature, and then how you pull the information through onto a summary sheet and how to lock that summary sheet down with a password. The next step is to link files together. So I'm going to get myself another little sheet, and in this file I want to pull some information from another file that I've already created. Now the thing that you need to do here is you need to open the files that you want to link to. So I've already opened the file, and this is the process. You type equals, you go down to the Excel option at the bottom, and you click into the file that you want to link to. So this is a file I want to link to. I'll click into it. I want this cell. See the formula? That could be quite a long formula because this is a network path now, so mine's quite short, but on a network that could be quite a long path. Notice it's got dollar signs on the F6. Click the tick, and then that brings it through. So that's the total figure, it's not formatted. Now if I just do that again with 3 people, let's say we've got 3 people, Anne, Bill and Bob. Let's say Anne is in charge of cricket, so you go equals, you go down to the Excel icon, you click into the file, you click on the total for cricket, and click the tick. Bill's in charge of football, equals, again, go down, flick over to the other file, football, click on football, tick. And then Bob is in charge of rugby, equals, go down to the other file, click into the total for rugby. Now, if I just format those to pounds, any changes in the source file will be reflected in this file. So I'm just going to do that. Going into charting, I'm going to delete some of these cells in the blue. There's a total figure change in. There's it being picked up, and there's the other changes. So once you've linked that, when you open this file, it will ask you if you want to update links, and then you've got the choice of saying yes or no. So I suppose if you're on a train and you've not got access to the network, you would say no, but if you did have access to the network, you would say yes to that question. Now, that can be quite a long process if you are doing one cell at a time, so you could do this. Let's go back into charting. I'm just going to put these cells back across. The figures are irrelevant really for this. Let's say I want all of this table to be linked into another file. I can use this feature. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to copy it with Control-C. I'm going to go back into the other file. Now, if I pasted that, that would just be a dead copy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a feature called Paste Special. Now, the option I want is actually sitting there, but I'll go into Paste Special so you can see it. Paste Special, lots of different options in this box, which are quite useful, some of these. The one I want for this example is Paste Link. I click on Paste Link, and again I'm just going to format that and delete that blank one. By doing that, I've achieved the same thing. All these cells are now formulas, and if I go back into charting and delete some of these figures, that will be a live link and it will pick it up straight away. Oops, wrong way. There you go. Now, if you want to bring the formatting through, you could have done it like this. So I could have gone copy, just paste it. So that's not linked. So I just pasted it, and then just go back and make sure it's still copied, which it is. And then on top of the formatted option, you then just do paste link on top of that, and you get the best of both worlds. So delete that one again. So now these are all formulas again, and you've got the format. The same process would apply for a graph, and the same process applies into Word. So I've got to select this again, copy, and open Word, and Paste Special, Paste Link into Word. These are just different options that you can use. So if I click OK to that, there it is in Word. If I go back to Excel and change some of the source data, like that, that should have been picked up in Word. I'm just going to update that, and there you go. If I'd have saved this Word document and then opened it again, it would automatically change. So the Paste Special and Paste Link feature is available into Word and PowerPoint, and obviously in Excel as well. So you can see it both ways. I'm just going to go back into Excel. That is the end of this module.